Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to get into all of the upcoming Disney 100 celebration Mattel collector dolls coming out this year, featuring Disney heroines, Disney princesses, Disney villains, and more. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So first up, let's get into the actual reveals of new Mattel Disney collector dolls, which we have of the new Disney villains 3-pack featuring Yzma, the Evil Queen, and Cruella de Vil. So these are going to be coming in a set all together, and they're going to retail at about $60 US. The release date is yet to be confirmed, but I'm probably thinking like sometime summer, end of summer, really depends, but it coming soon. So 3 dolls, $60 US, and it's labeled, it's a collector, kind of. It's, I guess they kind of, yeah, it's 60. That's expensive, so I guess it's kind of like a collector set. But the dolls that are included are not like collector level, but you get 3 dolls, so you're kind of getting like a couple of dolls like in their basic garments and basic doll quality, but it's a collector set. So people have mixed opinions. I personally think they look amazing, but I kind of feel like they should have been sold separately, because that would have been maybe more easier to like purchase for, you know, individual, for people to get individually if they don't want all 3. And it would have been cheaper. So the price, you know, it's kind of like 50-50. Like, it could have been better. They could have sold them separately. Of course, Mattel sold them as a set. It just makes sense to make more money. And the actual dolls, let's talk about the actual dolls, because the price is not amazing, but is it worth it, like at the price point? So again, Cruella, Yzma, and then the Evil Queen. These are all characters that are very much underrepresented in the doll, you know, in the doll section, because we basically never get to see dolls of them. Yzma specifically, Yzma especially, because I don't think we've ever gotten a Yzma, you know, playline, you know, like mass distributed Yzma fashion doll, like not even playline, just like in general. Like, I think we've only gotten like a limited edition Disney store doll, like from the Masquerade Party line or something, theme that was like a couple of years ago, but that's it. I don't think we've gotten like a bunch of Yzma dolls, or was it like a Disney villains collector theme? I don't know, but she got one release, I'm pretty sure, and that's it. So I'm really hyped for Yzma, and again, like, that's a doll that I would want to get separately, because I would love to get her, but I don't really care much for the other 2 dolls. So Yzma comes wearing her iconic simple black dress, but as you can tell, I don't know what's going on with her body sculpt. Is it new? I mean, they all have kind of like new body sculpt, it seems, but for Yzma they really went all out, because it looks exactly like she does in the movie. Like, she's very skinny, and then she has the huge hips, and then she has like and the one thing I don't like is that, you know, the elbow, it's like in that stationary position, like she's holding her hips, and it's like you can't bend the elbows. So I kind of wish that maybe, I mean, it looks nice, but you know, it's just like I wish there was some elbow articulation, because it's just, she's stuck in that pose forever now. But the dress is really cute. The heels are simple. The headdress is molded on. The earrings as well. The face sculpt is very well done, very well executed. And I love, my favorite part is her collar with those fur like feather things sticking out. Like, that's iconic. I love that. And then Cruella, she also looks like she leapt right from the screen. I think Mattel always does an amazing job with doing face sculpts for all types of dolls, from live action to animated characters. I just think like Cruella, this is Cruella. It looks like her. I love the face paint, the hair, and her outfit is kind of where I'm like, oh, well, okay, that's really where they lost the budget. Like, they spent it all on the face, because she's wearing a very simple black dress, satin looking, and then she's wearing what I thought was at first like a really mini version of her grandiose fur coat, but it's not even a fur coat or a jacket. It's like a fur stole, I believe. So it's not even like a full-on coat. it's literally just a fur accessory. So I really would have wished that they could have given her her iconic big fur coat, but I guess they couldn't afford it. So we're stuck with, at least she has some kind of fur accessory, like at least. Her gloves are red and they are molded onto her arms. And speaking of her arms, she is also stuck in that pose forever. She does not have any elbow articulation or wrist articulation that I know of, unless they are snap and bend articulation points, which I don't think they would do that. So it really sucks that she's just stuck in this pose. And then her heels are red as well to match everything else. Now I don't know for certain, but the heels to me almost look like they are molded on to the actual feet, like they will not come off. I mean, we saw something similar like this done with the Prince Naveen Mattel budget doll. I saw a review lately, just very recently, of that doll, and I was shocked when I noticed that the feet are stuck with the shoes. Like the shoes do not come off. So that is, again, I don't think that these shoes come off for Cruella either. So it's kind of, this is very disappointing. And for Yzma's shoes, I'm not sure if they come off as well. They might, because I can actually see the foot. But for Cruella, I literally see no separation between the shoe and the foot. Like it's a seamless transition. So I definitely think there's a high probability that those are molded onto her feet. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have the evil queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I definitely don't think we've ever seen a doll from this character. Again, maybe she had a really small release with like a limited edition Disney Store doll. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they actually made her into a doll with the Disney Hasbro dolls. Remember, they made a whole villains line where Cruella was also included, and they made Ursula like very slim and her face was still very big, so it was a weird mashup. I'm not sure, but they might have included the evil queen there as well. I'm not sure. I think so. There's been like two couple dolls like from this character, but overall very underrepresented here doll wise as well. So I'm glad that she's here. Overall, I am glad that we're getting 3 characters that have often or almost never gotten dolls. So I'm glad that they've picked out characters that are very underrepresented. But with the evil queen, she looks also like the face exactly like the character. It's captured perfectly. I love it. The crown is actually not molded on. It seems to be a separate accessory. But I like the molding detail. I like the face paint. I like the collar in white. And the one thing that kind of scares me that I don't know, I'm worried about is that perhaps her body is majorly black painted, because as you can tell around the shoulders, around the neck, it's all black to look like she's obviously wearing that hood around her face, like to frame it. And so how far does that black paint go on her body? Like, where does it cut off? Because obviously we can see her hands, those are not black painted, they're her skin tone, and her shoes also seem to be black. So I'm kind of curious and worried, like how much of her body is black painted, and also like are her shoes also going to be molded on or separate? So I'm kind of curious. And her dress otherwise is very simple. It's one piece, a separate belt piece as well, and that's it. Like, she's a very simple doll, and I think all of the dolls here are very simple, really, in execution, and the quality with the face is definitely there. I think for Yzma, and for the molded on details, it's very well done. And Yzma's like the new body, and I think all of them have perhaps new bodies, except for I'm not sure, Cruella is standing to the side, so maybe that's why she looks slimmer. But it's new body types, I think, overall. Again, I'm not sure, but I think the faces are very strong, the outfits are okay, and the price is horrible. So do with that what you will. But I think if I could, I would love to get Yzma separately, but I can't. So I don't know. I think that's going to be the main problem for a lot of people. They want to get one doll specifically because it's just too expensive, but then they can't, and they just don't end up buying it at all. So I'm not sure how well this will do, really. And I'm also not sure where it's going to get sold. Like, is it going to be a Amazon exclusive, Mattel Creations exclusive? Is it going to be widely available? Because if it will be like available on Target and Walmart, then it will go cheaper, which is great. But the thing is, if it doesn't, if it's not available on like major retailers like that in store, then I'm not sure how much cheaper it can get. Now, with that, we have seen all of the collector Disney 100 Mattel dolls so far, with the 3-pack again coming out soon. The Maleficent doll already being released. The Alice doll is going to be releasing on Mattel Creations at the end of the month, and then the Tinkerbell doll is an Amazon exclusive. And we're also getting more part of this collection with more releases coming soon. We have a Platinum Cinderella collector doll, a Tiana Platinum collector doll, both of $45 US, and then we have a Disney Frozen 2-pack, which is going to be $100 US. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but all this information was shared by @girlies&ghouls on Instagram. So really thanks to them for sharing all this exciting news, because I had no idea. So really credit goes to them. Otherwise I would not have found out. So with the Disney 100 Platinum Collection Cinderella doll, again $45 US, what can we expect? I hope that it's not just like a bigger gown and there's layers and then there's like rooted lashes and that's why she costs more. I hope they do include more of her iconic pieces, like her headpiece, her choker, and then also her gloves, which oftentimes her gloves are just painted on. I understand why. It's because gloves are hard to execute if you don't want them to look like oven mitts, but at the same time, I don't really care if they end up looking too chunky. The gloves are just an iconic part of her look, and I also hope that her dress isn't like blue, and I hope maybe it leans more into the silver color palette, since that is more really her accurate color from the actual movie. So I hope they just go really classic, like a classic adaptation, classic rendition of the look from the movie, and I just hope it looks very timeless and it looks accurate, and they again capture all of these features from her ensemble. Now for the Tiana doll, she's also the same thing with being a 100 Platinum Collection doll, and also the same price point of $45 US. Now she's very similar to Cinderella in design with her dress. They're both very poofy, very big, and they also both have gloves on. They both have a updo with their hair. So I hope that, again, just very accurate from the movie. She has a big dress and it's not really flat, because with Tiana's dress, like her dress is so big and poofy in the actual movie that oftentimes with doll releases the dress just really falls flat, and it never captures the volume of the actual ball gown that she wore. So I really hope that they kind of at least a little bit get that in the actual doll here, like they give it some volume, some layers. They give it the execution it deserves. The gloves, she needs the gloves, please. And then her little, tiara, I hope it looks good. So I just hope overall that they execute her well, and they distribute the budget for these dolls also very, cleverly, because I think they might want to, they have to be smart about it, because it's $45 US. That might seem like a lot, but really it isn't. So I just hope that they're very smart about how they where they put the budget into what, and like just make it a good balance of an overall like accurate look of Tiana. It's also been rumored that we're gonna get a Mulan and also / retro Ariel doll part of this Platinum 100 collection series. So only time will tell if this is actually true. So far, these are only rumors. Again, rumors, nothing's confirmed. But I do think that would be really cool, because Mulan, Ariel, like a retro doll, also like Ariel, like what does that mean? Like her mermaid look? Like what are we talking about here? Like retro, in what sense? So this is very interesting. And yes, we are getting a Frozen 10th anniversary Anna and Elsa doll set retailing at $100 US. So far, there's not much information, just that they're going to be captured in their iconic outfits and nothing else, like capes and stuff. Like there's not much to go on, but I do think that it's going to be probably about the it's going to capture the iconic outfits from the first movie, where they sport their again Elsa's iconic, you know, dress, and then Anna's like adventure look with the pink cape. Like, I think that's the looks we're gonna get here probably. Then we are getting a Disney 100 Princess and Heroines 8 doll set, retailing at $124.99 US. So that's very expensive. That's, wow. How much are you're paying? Like, I want to say, like, I'm horrible at math, please don't judge me, but like that's $8, 120, like around 20 something for each doll, if I think. I'm so sorry, I don't know. But it's, yeah, so basically you're paying like Playline prices technically for like each doll. I'm not sure, but 124 sounds like a lot, and then like you do get 8 dolls, so I'm not sure. I guess it's a good value. Not sure, but the characters included here are very interesting because it's not like a only like princesses lineup. It's a heroines and princesses mix up. We have Snow White, Alice, Tinkerbell, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Anna and Elsa, and Moana. So right away, Tinkerbell and Alice, they're going to be probably like different versions from the releases we've already seen, like probably using the same face sculpts, but just cheaper looking outfits basically. Same thing with the Anna and Elsa dolls. They're probably going to have the same face sculpt, and they're probably going to be in the same outfits like the $100 US pack, but the outfits are just going to be in lower, you know, quality. And then from there out, we do have new characters like Snow White getting introduced in this Disney 100 Celebration collection with Mattel. Snow White, and then we have Jasmine, Pocahontas, and Moana. So I wonder how they're gonna look like. I hope they look amazing. And I do think that they will have, while not like the most highest quality outfits, I do think they will have full-on, you know, clothing items, and no, it's not going to be like molded on like with the budget dolls, like the budget versions of these dolls characters. So they're going to have full-on outfits, I think, but probably like the same face sculpt from the budget dolls. So because I don't know why they would change that, you know. I think they would keep the face sculpts the same to keep a sense of continuity, but the outfits just would be, you know, higher quality. Again, just mostly higher quality, meaning that they're full-on clothes you can remove. They're not molded on. And that's it. I hope they look amazing, and it's an 8-pack. Again, I do think that they will be like, there's a listing here from Amazon, so I do think that they will get cheaper in time, because again, I think they are supposed to release also in September, so that's really soon. And lastly, really quick, we do have our first real-life look at the Mattel Disney 100 Amazon exclusive Tinkerbell doll, thanks to, again, at Girlies and Ghouls, who received her early from Amazon, because again, I think she's on pre-order for some Amazon websites, and for the other Amazon websites she's like sold out. So she looks really good in person. Like, she actually looks really cute. The face, the hair, the bangs came a little bit messy, but like they fixed it up really well. And the stand, wow, amazing job. Like, I think she looks really cute. And that was the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and become a member today so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the loyalty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope to see you next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.